scars. I'm wondering just who you are. Got so many fears. I'm wondering why you aren't here. And when did it break? When did it shadow away? Disintegrate.
Welcome to the Everything Sparkle Show. It is our 65th episode, and what better way to start it with 120 Army? How are you today?
Good, thank you. Nice to meet you.
So explain what 120 Army is.
So the heart of 120 Army is really just putting aside denominational differences, theological differences, just to be simple and be united in prayer. It's the one common unifier of all religion. And that's really people who aren't even believers at times of stress can be heard, praying or uttering a prayer or something like that. So we try to really just be simple and keep it as simple as possible. So the idea is that every day at 1:20 p.m. an alarm goes off. We have an app that actually produces a single prayer focus time zone by time zone across the U.S. and the world. And so it's just a way of unifying people in heart and in mind and in purpose, rather than allowing ourselves to really kind of butt heads over the remedial things.
So when did you guys start this? How long ago?
So it's actually an idea that's been around for about 8 years, but I got involved about 5 years ago, and what it currently is has really kind of since then transpired into what it is. I always call it the unministry ministry. I work on a cattle ranch outside of this, so I never expected to be doing anything like this at all.
So you say Army, is that just a term because we're God's Army, or did you actually, is the military involved in this?
No, so I'm not a veteran. I didn't serve in the military or anything like that. It's actually kind of more so because of the definitional aspect of an army as a group or a mass of people moving in concert for a specific purpose. And the idea is unity. When we come together, we put our hearts and minds to something as individuals even, we can accomplish great things. But what happens when more people begin to do that? And so it's really giving people something to be involved in that's productive for their lives rather than kind of rigorous and demeaning, you might want to say. So.
And everybody prays at 120.
Yes, yeah. It kind of, I'm kind of a believer myself personally. You can claim a lot of things. You can bark loud in your kennel is what I always say, in your safe spot, And people like to talk big in their churches or in their private area, but when you're out in the middle of the day and an alarm goes off, how much courage do you have to live for what you really believe in? And I'm a firm believer in prayer, and that God hears prayers just from experience. So it challenges people to kind of live brave as well as share it with other people.
Beautiful. So tell me some of what you've seen come out of that since you guys have been around.
Oh gosh. Well, some of the stories we have is, people call who aren't even, they're not Christian, they're not believers or anything, One lady is a friend of my wife's, they're Rastafarian couple, just doing their thing. One day they called us up and said, hey, my husband's in the hospital. He's in a medically induced coma. They didn't know what happened. They started asking for prayer. We began praying, and more of us kind of got together praying for him. And all of a sudden, after about 3 days, he just sat up out of a medically induced coma, pulled all the tubes out and said enough. And everybody was like shocked out of their minds. So stories like that are not uncommon, to be honest with you.
Wow. So how many people do you think are a part of this? Can you even track that? How many people
Yeah. So actually, we have about 8,000 people in 6 different nations that are actually making use of our app. Our app is actually fairly new. We had to have it custom built because no developers had anything that would time zone by time zone notify people. It was just kind of one mass thing. So it really creates a wave of prayer and hope that crosses our nation. I always say it kind of baptizes the nation for real.
So we just go to 120 Army on our app store?
120 Army.
Okay, that's what we're going to do. Everybody's got to go into their app store and do that.
Please do.
This is going to be... I might have to do this after. When it comes to apps, I'm like an old lady.
I tell most people, maybe over the top, but I'm kind of computarded in the definitional term. I'm slow when it comes to computers and stuff.
Well, and I bet a lot of people had to do this for their parents and stuff, right? Get the app on there.
Yeah, I've helped 89-year-old war vets actually sign up on it.
So that's it, right?
That is it. Yes, it is.
So yes, it's very simple. Just the 120 Army app. I love this. This is so exciting.
It's cool because it actually allows people to interact semi kind of like an Instagram or something. You can post prayers on a wall. People can pray along with you. You get notified when they're praying, when they comment. So it's something that really is meant to unify hearts and minds. rather than unify a congregation or a group or a culture of specific thing. And that's how most churches work, not to undercut anything.
Well, I love that right now because right now, no, we're not even going to church. So this is really exciting. This is such a great time for people to really start this because I think we're all searching for some unity right now in our lives.
Yes. Yeah, we've actually, for the last 5 years, we've been making videos every Sunday and then kind of the midweek, we call it a midweek mindset or a Sunday sit down. And we just share encouraging thoughts or things that would challenge what, your comfort zone in your faith would be. A lot of times it's easy to pray like, oh, God fix this, God do that, when sometimes where's your perseverance or where's your patience or your trust? Really it challenges you to believe or think deeper about what you believe in your faith. So I've done 30 years of martial arts. So, really kind of challenging myself and my thought processes at times is really what I call it glitch hunting. I search for the glitches within myself and I try to hunt them down and whittle at them, to make it a strength.
Yeah, so you told us some good stories of some things you've seen. Have you seen any famous people or maybe just that you didn't even know was part of the 120 and then they're like, yeah, we do this every day? Is there anybody that you're surprised was part of this?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about anybody famous. I'm kind of an uncultured swine myself.
Because you're out in the farm.
Yeah, I just throw hay and shovel stuff. But there's actually city leaders. Actually, there's a lot of pastors and stuff that have gotten involved.
That's good. Our city leaders should be in this. I love that. That's very impressive.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Jerry Dyer. Actually, personally,
he's been here. We love Jerry too.
He's an amazing guy, really. So people like that, have slowly come on board and gotten a hold of it. Like I said, our app has 500 users at this point, and we've done no marketing. Even the thousands of people who've come to it, we've never marketed. We've never done anything like that. We just grassroots, guerrilla style is the way I say it.
That's the way to do it. It really is. Is there ever a conference, or are you guys looking in the future maybe to have a team building event yearly? Has that ever come up? Or
I'm a really bad businessman and salesman.
I need to join forces with you.
Yeah, I just, that's kind of why we do the grassroots guerrilla thing, just because I've always been really simple. Even the dojo, the martial arts school that I run is actually out in the dunes in Oceano. I live on the coast part-time, and I live here in Tower District part-time doing this. And I believe in it. And so my wife and my family and I, we've contributed financially to this for quite a while until we became a 501c. So this is really kind of surreal to me.
That is such a great story. Wow. And I love it because it reminds people to pray. I think whether you're a Christian or not, sometimes we just forget or we get busy, especially before we started slowing down. Now everybody was just sometimes like, I forgot today to just be thankful. Or
it's a wonderful thing, but again, it invites people to interact with each other. You know what I mean? Whether you're Christian or Muslim or Jewish, and I've had friends from all different aspects and denominations. They'll pray for you. They'll accept a prayer.
And I love that. I really like that you're cutting down those barriers, because I think a lot of people are always feel apprehensive because of whatever religion they are in or where they were raised. So I love that.
Most religious conversations turn into a sparring match, it seems like, and we try to completely skirt around that. And
because it's just prayer. It really has nothing to do about what you...
Can't argue with that. You know what I mean?
As long as you believe in God, that's all you need to believe in.
That's
right?
it. Yeah, just, really just reach out. And for those who don't, I have friends who are more eclectic, Buddhist, other things, and they love it because it gives them a chance to recenter, they would say, and really invite positivity into their day or put up a positive thought. So I just say, hey, just start there. Start wherever you're at.
I mean, right, because there's no negatives about this.
No. And I mean, from science to religion itself, the human mind, when we put our mind to something and we really express belief and walk out faith, the most amazing things can happen. A lot of people who are successful, a lot of people who've accomplished things, it really just started with faith, a hope, a dream, a thought. And when you put something behind that, like an app or like more people coming together, it brings a greater reality into our lives of what we're hoping for. And that's, to be honest, unity. And especially in times when things are so divided. And now we're all kind of stuck in our homes and people are kind of gnawing on their own feet, so to speak. It gives you something to continue to keep positive, thoughts and feelings flowing.
Who came up with the time, the 120? Why so specific?
So actually, I'll give credit to my bro Dino Janito. Actually, it was just a couple of guys who were just, hey, we want a little bit more of God in our lives, So they just started getting together, and one day some guy called up and said, "Hey, I'm a part of your 120 Army," and it was like, there you go.
I love it.
But it's based on Psalms 120 verse 1. I cried out to the Lord in my distress, and He
Very
answered
good.
me. And because of the way I grew up, I always tell everybody, what's more distressing than living in luxury? Because you forget what real perseverance is, what real strength is, and how it comes. It really manifests out of us is when we're challenged. So that's kind of one of my personal beliefs.
I love that. Okay, we got to watch the video. I love the music to it and everything, the video that you sent.
Oh, sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that, and thank you so much for coming on the show. Is there anything you'd like to say to our viewers before you go?
Gosh, the 120, it's a message, a movement of life. When a message is really alive in your heart, you're going to walk it out with movement. And when that movement occurs, you reap the life that you're really seeking. And until then, it's just empty wishes and hopes. So, put something behind what you're really thinking and feeling, and you'll see it happen. And hopefully, 120 Army can be a part of that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
What if it breaks? And what if it shatters away, disintegrates? What if it breaks? Seen too many sparks turning into broken hearts.
Hi everyone, I am Sparkle Soojian with the Everything Sparkle Show. Tune in every Thursday live at 4 p.m. You will see people that are motivational, inspirational, inspiring, and of course entertaining. We have a great time. We learn things about how big celebrities are inspiring big names here in Fresno. Hugh Hefner is the reason we have Fresno Magazine, and Gnarly Charlie got his start because Johnny Carson told him to. So tune in, you'll learn something new, and have a good time.
Highlights, balayage, color, extensions, cuts, pure Brazilian blowouts, treatments. Contact Jordan Myers at Hair by Jordan.
Did you know most hair and beauty salons in the Central Valley are not disposing of their chemicals correctly? Partner with us today to become an eco-friendly salon. Visit us online at greenbeautywaste.com. Our phone number is 559-367-7206. And be sure to visit us on Instagram and Facebook at Green Beauty Waste.
Is everything in life draining you? Come to Stretch 360. Our professional staff can offer you many options for relaxation like deep tissue or hot stone massages, infrared medical grade sauna. Once you leave us, you'll look and feel like $1,000,000. Stretch 360. Relaxation is only a stretch away.
The Art of Becoming Who We Are in Christ by Jolene Kennedy is a book about the process of maturity as we find our true identity, since God's promises must be received, embraced, and activated within us. Get your copy today and check out jolenekennedy.com. Fleet Feet Fresno is more than just a running and sportswear store. Fleet Feet Sports' mission is to provide runners and other active Fresnans with gear that fits their individual needs, training that helps them reach their fitness goals, and races that satisfy their competitive spirit. Get to know Fleet Feet Fresno today. If your home floods, who will you call? When your house springs a leak, it's time to call Clean Master Emergency Flood Service at 559-213-9430. Clean Master will be there in 60 minutes to start fixing your home. And Clean Master bills your insurance directly, saving you the hassle because you've got enough to worry about. Clean Master also offers carpet and upholstery cleaning, carpet repair, pet odor removal, and more. Remember, Clean Master Emergency Flood Service. 559-213-9430 and visit cleanmasterflood.com. Pour yourself a glass of Crybaby wine available at the market and Sam's Italian Deli. And remember to ask for Crybaby wine at your favorite restaurant.
Forget about the higher good of food, right? You're growing a product that people enjoy really all over the world. I mean, how does that make you feel?
I think about that all the time. I think about the families sitting around a table, enjoying a meal. I just see that what we do brings families together.
I mean, we're blessed. We're in paradise for food.
The Kern family of the Kern Family Farm invites you to eat delicious, nutritious, organic produce available at the Gnarly Carrot, located at 32954 Road 222 in North Fork, California. The Gnarly Carrot is a local, natural, seasonally changing market offering a wide range of products from local Central Valley vendors. Get your caffeine fix, grab a smoothie, and support small businesses. Learn more at kernfamilyfarm.com and visit the Gnarly Carrot today.
Welcome back to the Everything Sparkle Show. With us, we have Dr. Silver and his protege, Chance. You came to do something really special here that's never been seen before at all, right?
Right, yes.
So I'm so excited to have you here. Who wants to explain what you're going to do?
Okay, well, Chance has been helping me out since I had surgery on my shoulder this week, and we were sitting at the dinner table and watching the news and seeing how things were panning out with the coronavirus. And there was something about sneezing and coughing and social distance. And I said, whoa, let's see what it really takes. So I tried a spray bottle of water. I sprayed it in Chance's face, and he couldn't tell what was going on. And so I pulled out a bottle of Windex, and then I sprayed that at 2 feet, and didn't see, it was easy to smell the Windex. We went to 4 feet and 6 feet, and between 8 and 9 feet, we were unable to detect the Windex. Not that that's a perfect example, but if you see some of the high-speed videos of a sneeze, you have big droplets and small droplets coming out, and it is approximately the same, looking like the spray from the Windex bottle. We also did another test, and we sprayed the cloud of Windex with a spray bottle, and in 2 seconds you could easily smell it. At 3 seconds you could smell it, but between 7 and 8 seconds it really was not detectable. So for one thing, we probably should be isolating greater than 6 feet from people who are sneezing on us. And when they do sneeze, even though it's spread around all over the place, much of it ends up on the floor in maybe 7, 8, 9 seconds. So just some useful information. My friend Chance said he knew someone by the name of Sparkle, and suddenly I was sitting on the couch in my sweats, and Sparkle shows up on the computer screen. So she asked me to stop by, and here I am.
Well, this is really exciting because I'd love to know where 6 feet even came from. I mean, who when we go through something we've never experienced before, who makes a decision like that?
I'm sure some experts much greater than myself decided that was adequate.
And
The
everybody
fact
went
of
with
the
it?
matter is, if you have 10 feet, you can only have 3 people or 4 people in a room this size. So
Right.
they just have to come up with a reasonable number. One other thing that I thought of is the fact that we do have a problem with everyone going out and using surgical masks and the medical profession not having enough personal protective gear. I think we're thinking of things in the wrong way. If you decide you have to go to the grocery store, then the issue is not catching bugs from everybody else. It's not passing bugs along that you may have that you don't even know about. The biggest problem, one of the big problems with this infection, with COVID-19, is that people are infectious sometimes as much as 5 days before they have any symptoms whatsoever. And so you can think that you're completely safe, and yet you're passing the bugs around to lots of people.
So as far as the mask goes, when we're wearing the mask in the stores, we're not really protecting ourselves, we're protecting other people. Is that correct?
Well, think of it this way. Would you rather be around no one with the infection or lots of people with the infection? If we think of ourselves as a community, by preventing other people from getting sick, we are preventing ourselves from getting sick. So, even though it seems altruistic, in a way it is also somewhat selfish. And it's a good thing to do because you don't want your friend's grandmother to die of this infection. And if you can prevent the grandmother, the grandfather, the kids from getting sick, that's a good thing. So they might be giving the infection, giving it or not giving it to someone else who gives it to you, but it's just better to not hurt other people in the world.
Okay, and before the demonstration, I had a question about the plastic gloves because there was a small period of time I was still working before we stopped working, and I was wearing the plastic gloves, and they were like we changed them every 30 minutes. In that 30 minutes, I was touching one thing and next thing, and I honestly felt very dirty. I felt like it was be a lot cleaner if I could just wash my hands per thing that I was doing instead of having the gloves on. Is there a logic to that, or am I wrong?
Well, I think if you are using sterile technique and not touching things and had the gloves on, it would be fine. If you change the gloves every time you touched an object, it would be fine. If you put alcohol gel on the gloves each time you touched an object, it would be fine.
Would that be the best preventative measure then, right? Maybe.
I think the gloves are very useful for a different reason. While we were talking and I was on the couch in my sweats, I mentioned the fact that you have to be very careful about not touching your face. And meanwhile, you would tend to fix your hair and
gotta maintain the looks, you know.
Anyway,
I do too.
normally people touch their face every 30 to 60 seconds. And if you think about having your gloves covered with, say, black paint, you might not touch your face quite as much. So it's a very useful reminder to do that. Now, I did go to the grocery store and I put my credit card in the machine and I put in some numbers. So my hands and the credit card I consider dirty. Now, if you reach in your pocket and you get your phone, you reach in your pocket and you get your keys and do all the different things that you might do normally in a day, and then touch the handle on the door, and then touch the steering wheel, and then touch the gear shift, and then reach over and grab some chips or pretzels, then
you could think of how many of you might be doing those things. And in that way, the gloves are useful. If it reminds you, whoops, I just touched the microphone. If you use the gloves as a reminder that you are contaminated, then it is very useful. My sister was teaching and had some kindergartners doing finger painting, and she said this is a very useful example. And the kids all held up their hands, and they were covered in paint. And some had paint on their faces, and there was paint on the doorknob, and there was paint on lots of different things. And I said, think about that, and think of all those different objects as being covered with paint, and you have to clean your hands very carefully before you touch your face. That is a very good way to think about it. And if you can avoid the contamination, and much of it seems to be from hand to mouth, hand to eyes, and that's how the bugs are traveling. They don't fly, they can fly 8, 9, 10 feet when you sneeze, perhaps. But most of the people are not sneezing. They don't stay in the air for a long time after someone sneezes, but they will stay on that keyboard at the ATM machine or when you put your credit card in. And so if it's useful in that way, it's useful. But dirty hands, dirty gloves, they're still dirty, and you cannot touch your face with them. So that's my opinion about the gloves.
Okay, we keep on talking about the face. So if I just touch my face, it's not. I understand like there's orifices where we're actually getting germs, like our eyeballs, our nose, stuff like that. Is it that? So if I touch my face, is that different than me touching my leg? Can I get is stuff going in the pores of my leg the same way it goes in the pores of my face?
I would say that my guess is 99+% of the bugs come in through our mucosal membranes in our mouth, our nose, and our eyes. But the more you touch, and if it's on your knee and you touch your knee and then you touch your face, then it's a problem. So you just have to think of your hands when you've been out in the world as being contaminated. Now I work in a hospital. You're less than 10 feet away. I might be the scary one. So it's a scary situation, and we all have to be careful.
Okay, so are we ready for the demo?
Let's do it.
This is exciting. This is the first time it's been done on camera, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, so and I will help you, Doctor. I know you just had surgery, so we're very excited that you made your way over for us.
Let's do this thing.
So I think this is a good. I think for the sake we could do. This is a good 6 feet point that we can.
Put on your glasses.
I think the biggest thing we could convey on camera.
Glasses, but I won't tell you.
It was more of a on the spot. Hey, stand there, and I'll spray you. Like okay.
Probably the biggest thing to convey right now, for the sake of being on camera, is the 6 feet. How the 6 feet's not.
First of all, stand back farther, and I want to show people the equivalent of a sneeze. Achoo. So if you see that, there's big drops, little drops. If you look at the high-speed photography lessons that you can find on Google, some of the vapors and particles can go in this turbulent cloud up to 28 feet. So it's a matter of diminishing returns. Also, if you watch the cloud, it falls quickly to the ground, and we can do the timing example, and let's count to 5 seconds. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you smell it?
A little bit. Just
okay. And 5 seconds, go back. We'll do 6 seconds. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
About 2%.
Okay. Let's just do 8 seconds.
8 seconds.
Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It's pretty much gone.
Okay, so gives you a rough idea. Now, you're covered up with the glasses. This is approximately 6 feet. Ready, set, go. You smell it?
Yep, and it's on my face. So
And
Okay.
another thing I want to point out, Dr. Silver, aren't I in the line of fire? So when it says 6 feet, we're not just talking
Should we spray
forwards.
her?
We're talking,
yeah, no.
but we're not talking forwards.
That's not
That
bad.
was lovely. I like my little Windex shower. But I'm in the line of fire. You spraying it at him, be just even, right? So when there's like 6
Right.
feet, they mean a circumference all the way around you, not
That's
just
right.
in front of you.
And that's not accounting for wind as well. I mean,
And there is wind with
Well, there's-
the,
yeah,
the
so-
fan there.
So it matters also how fast the wind is going.
Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
On the other hand, there's a saying, the solution to pollution is dilution. So the more air that is flowing over you, the less likely it is to be hit. I don't know if we're still in the, if you step back just a tiny bit more,
There you go.
this is closer to 8
10.
feet.
No, the fan drew it away.
Okay, we'll go a little closer,
Right there,
7
Shed.
feet.
Yeah, I got it on my hand and my jeans.
And
So-
that's at 7. That's just
Yeah,
your hand right
it's-
there. Wow.
So that's 7 to 8 feet. You know, it's just meant to be a rough example, and most of you have some window product under
Yeah,
your sink.
It's nice, smell like Windex. That's good. Not the shower.
It's not bad.
No, it's not. No.
Okay, so we're gonna go. How far are we gonna go back now? That's exciting.
That's the Windex demonstration. But by the way, you're touching your face, and you guys can
Subconscious.
keep an eye on Sparkle and see how often she does that. And take a video of your friends and family, and you see they do it all the time. Now, we didn't bring the gloves in, but we should see how often she touches her face if she has gloves on. I'm
Yeah.
guessing, especially if they smelled like Windex, she would do it less. So
Yeah, or head pain.
that
It's
is
kind of
the
like-
useful aspect of the gloves,
Right.
to remind you not to touch your face.
So you're saying 10 feet's a precaution. So right now we did up to 8 feet, and we're still kind of in the line of fire. So it's about 8
Right.
feet, but just to be on the safe side, we're gonna go 2 feet more and do the 10 feet. Correct? Is that what we're?
Sounds good if you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we want everyone to know that 6 feet's not. So what's the solution now?
The solution, I don't know.
You said like-
I think the solution would be definitely not practicing 6 feet. I think people should definitely practice approximately 10 feet.
But all
just
the
to
way
be safe.
around a circumference, right? And that's a big thing we didn't think of. Because when you were doing it to
Yeah.
him, I'm like, I'm in the line of fire, and I'm at your side. And so that's, and then with the wind going, if the wind was blowing this way, I would have been more at risk than you.
Right, and this is just, you know, I'm standing this far away from Ken and you're on the side. I mean, we're not out on the street, you know, at the grocery store, or so we're not accounting for all these different moving people. So
On the other hand,
keep that.
if I sprayed through the paper towel, I'm guessing very little would go through. Should we do the paper towel test?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's the paper towels.
Okay, so if I have an itch in my face, which I kind of do now, how should I scratch it?
With your mind. No. Really
Okay, give
strong
me the paper
wind.
towel
There you
and
go.
tear off one more paper towel.
Okay, let's do that.
So is it better I
It's fun.
scratch, like, take
Just
the
hold
side of
that.
the chair and scratch my face? Or
Probably
I
not.
like
It has to be
my
something
pinky?
clean,
You're
and
thinking
you have to
that's good.
think about washing your hands. Okay, so I can't
I don't know if
lift
there's
my
anything
arm
clean.
up.
I
Okay,
got this, honey. Is this okay?
so
Okay.
you hold it. Who shall I spray? Put the glasses back on.
And so
Chance.
you could spray me. It's fine. It's
Okay.
I'm gonna
So-
do this to be safe so I don't go blind.
I'll do anything for
Windex.
science.
Okay, here we go.
I don't want to get food, so.
Did you get any of it? Not
I
really.
some of it got on my hand, actually.
Well,
and
I know
there.
that. That's
Okay.
different. We're talking about how far the sneeze goes if you have a mask on.
Oh, wow.
All gone.
Okay.
That protects other people from me sneezing.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't get it
Okay.
with the paper towel. You're correct.
That's the point of the paper towel. Now,
So and then you had said before, we can make our own mask with just a paper towel and 2 rubber bands, right? We don't have to get a
so
trendy
here's
high-tech mask.
my
Right.
third prototype.
This is the
If you fan fold
economy mask.
the paper towel, and most of you have one of these rolls in your house, and staple the rubber band here and here. There was one in there. Pull out the paper towel mask.
Here we
Did
go.
you bring me sparkle paper towels by chance?
No, we did
No,
not.
I did not.
We didn't sprinkle enough glitter on it. I'm
And you staple a rubber band on the end. Voila, mask.
Nice.
It's not
Homemade.
beautiful,
It's not an N95, but
but
it's,
it
better
keeps
than
the sneeze, achoo, from
I like
getting
it.
on your neighbor.
So no more complaints about there not being enough masks, guys.
Right.
The theory is you'd want to spread this less, and that's good for the karma of the whole world. And that's my thoughts on the mask.
Thank you guys so much for coming
You're
and doing this, Chance. And just to tell everyone a little bit about yourself, you're going to become a psychologist?
Yes, that's correct. I'm currently enrolled at Clovis Community College. I am finishing up, and then I'm transferring to UCSB down in Santa Barbara. But unfortunately, the entire college is on quarantine right now, so can't live at the beach just yet. But I am planning on transferring there and getting eventually a master's. I'm majoring in psychology as of right now.
So how'd you get with this great mentor you have right now?
I'll tell the story. It's pretty interesting. So I this was approximately I was approximately 17 years old, and I was sitting down and I was homeschooled, so I was on the computer.
Nice. I was homeschooled too.
Yeah, it's nice because you don't have to deal with other people, so you just don't have to deal with other people's crap. So I was doing homework, and I just got a phone call from a friend of mine, Adam, who is a real estate agent, and so he said, hey, I have a brand new client that just bought a house here in Clovis, and he's literally in a U-Haul truck right now driving all the way from the San Jose, and he needs someone right now to help him move. And I said, okay. And he goes, here's the number, call him Dr. Silver. I said, okay. I hung up, called Dr. Silver. And the next thing you know, I'm helping this guy move, and then it just turned into an internship. And he's taken me under his wing and teaching me what he's learned over the years, and through his schooling, education, and through his personal experience. And I'm honored, really. That guy's a mastermind when it comes to medicine and his special abilities, as he talks about. So
That's a great story. Thank you guys so much for coming on today.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Fly me to Mars. You've got so many scars. I'm wondering just who you are. Got so many fears.
When you need to get fit, contact Gary Torres, IFBB Pro, specializing in weight loss, body transformations, and contest prep. Email GaryTorres5336@yahoo.com.
Hey, I'm Chris DeVold. Tune in every Friday night on CentralValleyTalk.com when I bring you Sex, Drugs, Chris DeVold, where I'll give you 3 guesses on what we talk about. And I also vow to bring you 1 live local music act a week. So tune in every week because you never know what kind of music you're going to hear right here on CentralValleyTalk.com.
The Space Colony Journals are an epic tale of a family's struggle to survive. Meet the courageous women and dangerous men who dare to carve a home on the alien world of Vensug. Get your copy today. Available on Amazon and Gale Daly's FineArt.com.
You enter this door with expired tags.
Beyond is another dimension, a dimension of regulations, a dimension of long waits. You have reached the registration zone. What looks like an ordinary shop is actually Mitchell Smog, located in the heart of the Tower District, a few minutes from the DMV. Mitchell Smog offers your vehicle a STAR-certified smog inspection. So remember Mitchell Smog when you need to pass through the registration zone.
Contact Sarah Hernandez of June and Matt Photography to schedule your portrait, engagement, wedding, or next family photo session. But that's not all. Sarah is also your personal brandographer, helping you ditch the stock photos and get images that sell. Call 559-412-3721. Visit JuneandMattPhoto.com and follow Sarah on Instagram and Facebook. Give your child the tools to succeed. The Yergubian Academic Center offers one-on-one and group educational lessons by appointment. Over 90% of our students show significant improvement in their academics in just 3 months. Students of the Yergubian Academic Center have gone on to UCLA, UC San Diego, Yale, Stanford, and many more prestigious universities. Schedule a tutoring session today. Call 559-437-3973.
CentralValleyTalk.com. Ghost Golf is Fresno's most spectacular family entertainment center. It's frightening how much fun you'll have on our 18-hole indoor haunted graveyard course. Skeletons welcome you, but watch out. All sorts of creatures may come to life. Ghost Golf is perfect for scary good parties, so book yours today. You'll get free plays at the Mummy Shooting Gallery, arcades, and air hockey. Check out our party and weekday specials online and like us on Facebook. Come play at family-friendly Ghost Golf. Yeah! Good times will haunt you.
For all your real estate needs, call Julia Tadich with Clovis First, 559-323-2213, or visit clovisfirst.com. That's CLOVIS, the numeral 1, ST.com. Whether you're looking to buy a home or sell a home, get a loan, or whatever the case may be, call Julia Tadich.
The Saga of Bridget and Amanda by Carol Love Forbes brings to life the struggles of historical women in early America. Find the Saga of Bridget and Amanda on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and order your copy today.
At Laulea Travels, we strive to make your vacation experience as relaxing as possible. From the time you start dreaming about it to the time you're sharing your vacation photos with your friends and coworkers. Our vow is to treat your vacation as if it were our own. If personal service, attention to detail, and years of travel experience are important to you, then let Laulea Travels plan your next dream vacation. Visit lauleatravels.com or call 559-360-1933.
A dynamic litigator, in-tune listener, and forward thinker with almost a decade of experience, Nasser Nekumanish is a skilled attorney servicing clients throughout the Central Valley. When you need a lawyer, call 559-441-0114 and ask for Nasser Nekumanish.
Linda Lee Kane is an author of fantasies, thrillers, contemporary fiction, and children's books. Order a book by Linda Lee Kane on Amazon or on lindaleekane.com. Get twice the results in half the time. Call 559-349-7934 to schedule your appointment with Clovis Fit Body Boot Camp today. And follow Fit Body Boot Camp Clovis on Instagram.
Welcome back to the Everything Sparkle Show. With us, we have the cast of the short film Troubled, which is going to be the first of the financial lit series, the financial literacy series, which our director, Dominic, can you tell us a little bit about the financial literacy series?
Yeah, so the Financial Literacy Film Festival is a film festival based on financial literacy. And this is during the month of April. So April is Financial Literacy Month. And this is dedicated to that, but also dedicated to what financial literacy is all about. And so we made this film based on the Financial Literacy Film Festival, and this film is it goes deep. It's a drama. It goes deep into the struggles of being in a financial crisis, but also dealing with other things as well. But the other films, there are 8 films that are part of the film festival. They are centered around financial literacy, but most of them are different genres of a film. But they all pertain to financial literacy. For the sake of the month, we are doing this for just for families, for people in need or people that want to learn about the ways of dealing with a financial crisis or dealing something financially. And we that's why we did these films, just to show you guys what is it like, or what is pretty much going on.
Awesome. Stacy Wu, who produced this particular film, was on here on Monday, and she told us a little bit about financial literacy. So it's awesome that this is kind of coming full circle this week. Gary, explain your family here, who we are, and what it was like being your character, because your character was not...
My character was troubled.
Yes. Troubled.
So these are my 2 daughters. This is my on-screen wife, the gorgeous Sparkle. And these are my 2 gorgeous daughters. And my character was really really dark. Really,
well, your character lost a son, and that's safe to say.
Right.
We won't say everything about the film, but that's safe to say he lost a son. And grief makes people do irrational things.
Yeah,
sometimes.
My character was an alcoholic, a drug addict. He was depressed. He was very, very, very troubled with dealing with the loss of his son. Now, in researching the character, I knew that the character was troubled and was depressed and was going through drugs and alcohol, but I really didn't know why. And in the script, it was talking about him being having regrets, but I didn't know why. So, of course, I reached out to George Ohan.
Who's producing the financial literacy series. Shout out to George
produced
Ohan.
it. He got with the writer, and we got the backstory on, what had happened. And so it's very fun, and very deep, very I enjoyed it.
I would like to mention when I first thought of Eric, the dad, I thought he was just overweight. And he was, but like when George brought him on, he's all buff and just all muscle. I'm like, what? And then I looked at him and I was like, but George mentioned to me well, it'll be obvious if we made him just maybe overweight or just not athletic. If we made him just buff, athletic, and just strong, and it will make him, and he's obsessed with drugs and alcohol, and he's abusive with it. It shows that even though has that athlete body and has that athleticism, it doesn't mean that it makes him all healthy. But when he is drinking and he's abusing, it doesn't help, and it interferes with his health and his desire. So that's something that George mentioned to me, and I thought that was very interesting. So I said, yes, bring Gary along, and let's see how this goes. And I really liked your performance. I really enjoyed our lead here. He did a fantastic job playing the character of Eric, and it's a very, very sight to see. So,
and our two daughters here, talk a little bit about your characters. And this was an acting debut, right, for both?
Yes.
For both? Oh my God.
It was our first time.
So what were you doing before then?
I'm more into photography and being behind the scenes. I'm actually also, I did behind the scenes of 2 kids. No, I think it's another film. It'll be shooting next week. I'm not sure about the title, but I was doing behind the scenes, and my daughter's actually in that. She's playing also a daughter.
It comes out next week, right?
Yeah,
it does. It's already been shot.
Yeah, it's already been shot. But yeah, I'm just more into photography. This whole acting thing kind of just went. I just got thrown right into the bus.
Yeah, I think it was the same for me. I've mainly been a production assistant, which I love. Like, if anyone wants a production assistant, I will more than happily just be like,
going right
take
here.
me. I never thought I really wanted to do acting, and I remember I just reached out to George, and I was like, hey, like, if you have a spot. He's like, okay, well, then you're going to be Samantha. And I was like, well, okay, that's cool. And I remember getting the set, and I had no idea about acting, and thankfully Gary helped me out, and Sparkle helped me out kind of figure out my character. And I think with the film, although we are sisters, we reacted to the whole situation completely differently, and I think it shows the diversity of emotions in the film. And you'll see that because, yeah, you'll see how different we are, even though we are sisters.
Our characters have different emotions about what's going on in the film. So, and I really think this film is absolutely amazing. I love the script so much.
Yeah, it was really fun.
I think one thing that we should mention is that this was an opportunity for to coach, teach, and mentor.
Yeah.
You know, so you had
Right.
people that had experience, and you had people that had no experience in specific roles of filmmaking. So
Right. Yeah.
it wasn't
Right.
just not just coaching in acting, but also coaching behind the camera.
Right.
Yeah.
With sound and
And I want
visual
to
and all
point
that.
out where everyone knows to get that, because this is premiering tonight at
7:30 at Mad TV Talks. Mad TV Talks has a Facebook channel or a page, and they also have a YouTube. There's also a site. You can go to a site called Financial Literacy Film Festival blog, and that will have all the information regarding the film festival as it premieres. And also, if you guys want to go and contact, say, George, and you want to buy tickets, I put the email in there as well.
So it's
I think
up on the screen.
It should
And
be
then
up on
I
there.
want to give a shout out to everyone also involved. Our writer, because the script is very amazing, and a little backstory on her is that she had just had a baby.
Right.
When she came up with this very fast. I'm trying to find her last. I don't want to say it wrong. How do you pronounce it?
Sylvia.
Well, Sylvia's her first name.
Yeah, Sylvia's first name. Oh yeah, the last name.
That's what I'm saying. Sorry, George. We're getting it. That's what
We're
I wanted
gonna
to be-
butcher that
because
last name.
honestly, this wouldn't be possible without Sylvia. So I just want to definitely give her some mad props. And so George was there, and unfortunately Sylvia wasn't there, but we did do a FaceTime with her.
Mhm.
And then just the cameraman itself, I want to give a shout out to them.
No. The cameraman. There was 2 DPs. There's 2 director of photographies. The first one is Don Matthews. I never worked with him before. I met him multiple times at just mixers and group meetings for film. But I never had the chance to work with him. But we lost a cinematographer for the film the day before, and I met him the day before.
Really?
Yeah, and it was kind of it was interesting because I met with him, I talked to him, and I say maybe in the future I will have you maybe a DP because I like to work with you, and then on that same day the DP dropped out, And
Are
then,
you serious?
Yeah, he dropped out, and
We had such great ones. I can't even imagine it with anybody else.
Yeah. No. But Dom, he's a good cinematographer. I'm glad we had him on board, and he did a good job. He did a fantastic job, I would say. Like, because
fantastic.
he's fantastic.
I thought it was so good.
Yeah, no, because he's been doing this for a while, and I can give him props for that. But also, I would like to mention the second DP, the second director of photography. He's new, and he hasn't done this before, and I gotta say he did he's a fantastic job as well, because he is his first time.
And his name?
His name is Roderick Merriweather II.
He has a middle.
He has
hesitated though.
I did, because he had a middle name, and it's hard to say.
Well, no, if you said my name like that, I love the way you just said that right now.
Yeah, but yeah, no, he was second DP, and he was also a PA, production assistant, for that as well. And yeah, he did a good job. And I would like to mention also another PA, Michael Nelson. He is from the Merced College Film Club, and I worked with him on multiple projects there. And he was interested in being part of it, and I was like, yeah, just come on, hop on as PA. You can learn a lot. And he came on, and he did a fantastic job as well. And I like to also mention the sleeper, the sleeper crew member that just came out of nowhere, just hopped on, because he came in, he was gonna do like an interview or something for like a business opportunity, but we were filming, so nobody was there, just us. And he just saw it, and then he was like, "What are you guys doing?" He's like, "Oh, we're just filming, making a movie." And then he was like, "Yeah, I mean, do you need help?" And it's like, "Yeah, we need an audio person." The audio guy dropped out. Terry.
Huge shout out to Terry.
Terry.
Yeah, he did multiple.
Well, he became he was part of the film.
Yeah, it was amazing, because he just came out of nowhere. I don't think he had experience before, but he came out of
Are we
nowhere.
talking about the drug dealer?
Yeah, the drug dealer.
Yeah. I don't want to give too much away.
Too much. Yeah.
There's one part.
Yeah. No, he was
No, I'm just kidding. He's not a drug dealer.
Yeah, no. But he was came senior audio for the film when there was an audio person, but he dropped out as well, and he came in the nick of time, just saved the day with the audio and the acting as well. So we had an actor that dropped out, a DP who dropped out, and an audio guy who dropped out within a day before the movie came out. Or the production we're about to shoot, and all those things just came together just magically, and I'm like, wow, how did we pull this off? Like, this is amazing. We got lucky, and I just really want to thank the people that were involved, that the new people who just came in, just got involved. It was amazing. So,
and how many films are in this financial literacy group?
There are 8 films.
8 films. So they're going to play 2 every Friday, correct?
2 every Friday, yeah.
And so you said about purchasing tickets. How much are the tickets?
They're free.
They're free. So you just have to go in there and do that in order to see them at Mad Talk TV, right?
Yeah.
I hope that's up. If not, I had just seen the ad for it. I want everyone to know where to go tonight. That's where everyone's like, how do I see this movie?
Go see it.
One thing that I also wanted to mention was that 8 of the directors, there was 8 directors, right?
Mm-hmm.
5 of them were women.
Mm-hmm. Right.
5 of them were women. Out of the 5 women, 4 of them were minorities, and I think that all of the men were minority also. So
yeah,
I just wanted to mention that for.
Yeah, I like. Yeah. Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, I thought that was really cool, since my goal in this industry, I think, is to be a director. Acting was very fun, and I'd love to try acting again. But to be a director, I feel like is something that I really want to strive for, and to know that 5 out of the 8 directors were women makes it so much easier to be like, I can do that. Mm-hmm. And that is possible for me. And it just makes me love this industry even more, because it's just showing another side of like what a female director can do on set, and that should be applauded, I feel like.
Did it make you have an idea when you were on there, like, hey, I think I might want to do that, I might want to become a female director?
While I was on set? I think I had known before I even walked on any set. I think the first set I ever walked on was for Ghetto Busters, and I worked with Falcon Pictures, and that was
Shout out to Falcon Pictures.
Danny and Freddie, love you.
Danny.
No, but they were amazing, and they welcomed me, and since then it has just been uphill. And I was also on State of Consciousness, which was also an amazing set. And seeing those directors made me be like, that's what I want.
Oh,
That's
Marcus
the role that I
Spencer.
want.
Marcus.
Shout out to
Spencer.
Marcus Spencer, too.
He was an
He's
amazing
awesome.
director, and he was in the film. So it was just seeing all these directors and the way they just went about things made me be like, yeah, I'm definitely want to do that.
I like to comment on that actually, because the reason why I started when I was 18, and it was because I met this young female director at Merced College, and she was directing a inspirational video and a series at the same time.
Wow.
And she got me into directing because, you know, not only was she young, she was a young female director, and I never seen a young female director before, and I never met anybody like that. And I thought, hey, you know, I can do this, because I always wanted to do this. And I was like, I'm young, they may think I'm naive and just, you know, I couldn't do anything, but like I had the talent, and just I had the ambition to do it, but I just didn't have any motivation because of, you know, how many young people are doing this. So when she did that, I was like, wow, I can do that.
And you had taken a dab at acting, but you like directing more, huh?
Yeah, I like directing because acting I love, but like directing is just something else. It was like, you know, it's good for me to be a director and actor, because as an actor, being a director, I get along more with the actors because we have the same, you know, ambition and style, because, you know, we're actors, and, you know, we come along, and we're great together. So and we're more friendly with each other, and I like that. But as a director, I really think it's very more, you're like a leader. You know, you're like a captain of the ship, and you're leading everything. and it's tough, and it's scary. Or I don't say scary, but like it's nervous wracking. Intimidating. But George always tell me, hey man, it's okay. It's okay. That happens all the time. So don't worry.
Yeah, it was a very great supportive set.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Everybody was.
You guys definitely helped me.
Yeah, it was cool. Everyone was supporting each other, not just from a director and a producer. Like everybody in that production was just flawlessly, just keeping each other together, and just like making sure that, you know, this thing pulls through, and we're all in this together. So that's what made it work. So
again, for the in case you know, for the Facebookers, if you go to www.facebook.com, you /Mad Talk TV shows, and that's how you can get in there. And then you can also go to the eventbrite.com. So there's 2 different ways to view the movie, just to make sure, because everyone's going to ask you multiple times.
Right.
So what did you bring for us? Did you bring for us some behind the scene footage, you said?
yeah, I had behind the scene.
I hope
pictures.
it's not embarrassing. Did you guys see this, Corrinna?
Mine is embarrassing. I watched and I was like, I'm never doing acting again.
No.
I did watch a clip of it. I thought it was fantastic. I really did.
The behind, okay. Well,
Yeah,
so I at my own risk.
I'm going to let you guys know all of you did fantastic.
I have not seen the behind the scenes. Have you seen this, Gary?
I don't know what.
I don't know. You were very scared. Okay, we'll watch.
I'm scared too.
I think it's fine, whatever it is.
him the right one though?
It's supposed to be. Yeah.
That looks like the beginning of the
That
film.
is too much away.
All right. My bad. That's on me.
So did
Sorry.
you send in? Did you give him the right one as well, or just that one?
I was supposed
I think we've seen enough. Actually.
Yeah, we've seen enough.
Yeah.
Okay. No, my bad. Yeah, no.
Let's
no,
not give it away. Let's not give it away.
I had a collection of clips, and I thought I gave it to him. That's my bad. I'm sorry, Michael. But no, I had a collection of clips, but like I don't know if they.
We saved Georgia Ohan be on the phone with me. What are you showing? I'm like, I'm sorry.
George.
Because we want to have the big reveal tonight. So 7:30 to 9, right?
7:30.
9.
And then after that, can people go back and watch it again on there? Or is it one time watch tonight and that's it? We can never watch it again.
You can go back and watch it again, but it's only for a limited time. I would say. I think it's like 2 months or something.
So we'll never see it again forever.
Well, we had to like re-release it. I guess you can say, like just like distribute it in a way. But yeah, that's where you. So yeah.
And this was an amazing experience. Thank you guys for coming on, or thank you guys for letting me be a part of your movie. And everybody will have to watch and see what's going on.
Burst into flames, firecrackers running through my veins. And what if it breaks? And what if it shatters away, disintegrates? What if it breaks? Seen too many sparks turning into broken hearts.
Welcome to Central Valley Talk, the coronavirus fun and food headquarters. If you're hunkered in your bunker, hungry and need to eat, there's an option for food in Fresno's Tower District. Bobby Salazar's is standing by with individual meals or a pre-cooked meal that will keep you fed for days. Keep it in your freezer and heat it as you need it. Bobby Salazar's is located at 725 East Olive at Broadway. Call them up, place your order, then pick it up. Call Bobby Salazar's at 497-9920. Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District, 497-9920.